It's an exciting and hopeful time as many are receiving their vaccinations, but is it polite to pry? Well, Mr. Manners himself, Thomas P. Farley, joins us this morning to give us a little bit of etiquette on vaccinations. Good morning.
Good morning, Michaela. Good to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Hey, you bring up a great point. Everyone is kind of excited for their friends, family members who are receiving a vaccine, and they kind of want to know what it's like. Which one did you receive, and what's the process like? We're going to break down some of these questions because overindulging might not be super polite. So let's talk about that overindulgence and being public about your vaccination. Is it okay to do so?
Sure. And you are so right. We're all going through this at the same time, all 330 million of us. And so people have questions. People want to know, what was your experience like? Here's what my experience was like. We want to know what to anticipate. At the same time, probing too much can be problematic. So, for example, if somebody has an underlying health condition that you're not aware of, and suddenly they've been able to go to the head of the line because of that condition, you're probing to know, gosh, how did you get your vaccine? We're the same age. Shouldn't we still be waiting? Would not be an appropriate question. So you allow the other person to reveal that sort of information and stick to the more general sorts of questions that you might have.
Gotcha. So maybe don't ask why they received it. Just be happy that they did. How public should you be about receiving the vaccination? Because we live in a world where you want to post about everything.
Yes. And I do not blame anyone for feeling excited, especially after this long, tough year that we've all had, that someone can't wait to post their vaccination. And I think that's a positive thing, with the exception of somebody who, again, perhaps has been able to jump the queue for whatever reason. So somebody who's significantly younger, we have to remember on a state-by-state basis, some people still who should be able to get it can't. And in other states, it's a lot more easy. So bragging about getting the vaccine when you know that there are others in your circle who should, by the nature of the rollout, be getting it before you and still haven't, that would be a problem. So unless you are an elderly individual or someone who really, everybody's been kind of following your struggle to get that vaccine, I'd hold off until it's much, much more widely available.
Okay, some good advice there. Now, let's say you are vaccinated. Can you modify your behavior? You know, when you go out, can you feel a little more free? It's still early, so I'm assuming you have to be mindful of others.
It's still early, Michaela, and there's just so much that we don't know. And in fact, in my home city of New York, they're still telling us not just mask when you go out, but double mask. So because the science doesn't know whether you can still be a carrier, even though you yourself won't get sick once you've been vaccinated, the most considerate thing to do, we've all got plenty of practice at this by now, to continue with those measures until we know that we are truly, all of us, safely out of the woods. Great that you're out of the woods, but what about the people that you encounter? We want to keep them safe too.
Certainly. And this is sparking a lot of conversations. What if you find out that someone you know is against getting the vaccine? What's the polite way to respond to that?
Yeah, so unless this is an individual where you've got their power of attorney, or this is someone who simply is not well and needs to be pushed in that direction, and you're the person in their life to be able to do that, these are very personal considerations. And, you know, someone may have a valid concern on their end for why they don't want to be vaccinated. It's certainly not something that we can force our friends to do, but it does create all sorts of awkward dynamics when, especially in a circle of friends, 3 people have been vaccinated and others haven't. The interactions perhaps are going to be different as a result. So I think it's okay to voice your concerns, but trying to push the individual one way or another, I would not go that far.
But you just brought up a great point that maybe in your friends or family circle, some have been vaccinated, some have not. Is it okay to exclude those family and friends that haven't been vaccinated, especially maybe if you have little ones around?
Yes. Yeah. I think if we're talking about a family and we know everyone in the family has been vaccinated, what a wonderful thing. And you can all maybe take a safe, distanced vacation away from the rest of civilization together. If it's a mixed group of friends and some have been vaccinated, some have not, we've waited 12 months at this point. What's another couple of months, which is really what we're looking at this point with the recent announcement this week. So I'd say wait it out. I'd far rather wait 2 or 3 months for that small, appropriate gathering of friends, rather than perhaps alienating someone who feels like, well, gosh, I'm being left out of and I need this. I'm lonely. I need to see people. But even though I want to get the vaccine, I can't get it yet. I would not make that person feel worse that not only have they not been able to get their vaccine that they perhaps really want, but now all their friends who have been vaccinated are getting together without them. I think that would really be hurtful.
Well, Thomas, thank you so much for shedding a little light. It is sparking a lot of conversations, and there are some scenarios that we just don't know how to handle. Maybe now with your advice, we can handle them better.
Thank you, Michaela. Stay safe.
You as well. We're going to post all of these tips on our website. That's roadshow.com.